In
There we
five,
go.
4, 3, 2, 1. It's setting up my meeting. Corey, have you ever done that before where you did your Zoom live on YouTube?
No.
Oh, it's so cool. I love it. Okay, so we're live. Okay. Hold on one second. Okay, so we are live. So nobody be worried about where's the recording. It's doing this thing. Um, and then as far as hosting, Andra, I'm giving you the host. Dr. Robin is with us. Corey, you're gonna love it. I don't think you met her. Bailey is joining us. Okay, Andra, you are the host. Hey,
All
Dr.
right.
Robin, happy belated birthday, even though I know we talked about your birthday before your birthday. Okay. Hey, LaRonda. Hey, Bailey. Okay. All right.
There
All
we
right.
go.
Okay. So, Corey, you don't have to come on the camera if you don't want to, King, because I really want this audio, by the way, but it's up to you because you're so handsome.
It's so funny.
Can we please continue? I'm gonna try to behave today. All right. So we are recording, we are live. Rabbit is good, rabbit is wise. So tonight is really a follow-up from our initial meeting that we had. Corey was one of our first generation millionaires in the wealth pop-up. He was one of the first. And or was he the first? Hold on one second. Let me get my order correct. Corey was the first, honey. But Corey was able to discuss a wonderful platform, immersive exposure that is taking some waves. Like I'm seeing some things going on, and I just want him to kind of follow up with some people. I know some of the investors on the call tonight. A lot of people were very proud that they were able to invest in what he had going on, and so we may not have had like an investor call, but Corey has been doing some calls, some Zooms. He's been traveling. We're getting a lot of communication from WeFunder when things are going on. He's really good about updating that, and that communication goes out via email. However, some people may not have been able to get involved, and since he was already pre-scheduled for this for this particular date, I would love to get a follow-up from the first time we spoke to now, what has progressed, what has happened, all the great things that you're doing as a founder, and what you need, what you put us on assignment and give us, some work to do as well. I'm okay with you putting us to work on something this grand and this great and this historical as well, because it's a perfect time for what you're doing, Corey. So you know me, I'm going to be your cheerleader and I'm going to rock with you no matter what you do. Corey was like on a fast. This dude was doing some spiritual hiatus and came to help me with my first film, so I'll always remember that of him. He's based in Atlanta, Georgia, but he is definitely worldwide, world renowned, very well spoken, takes care of a lot of people, has a lot of bandwidth for not just technology, but education. Corey's actually a really awesome educator. He happens to be a world renowned photographer, videographer extraordinaire, but he has so much bandwidth in technology, AI. His house talks to you and tells you don't come up these stairs too fast. And if you want to drink, hey, refrigerator, pour me water. I don't know what Corey got going on, but Corey knows how to
You're
set it
funny.
all.
Really?
Corey, Corey,
You're funny.
Corey knows how to
Oh
put
my
in
goodness.
fences and roofs and chandeliers. And Corey is just an extraordinary person. But one thing I do appreciate is that he's a man of God, and I love the way he takes care of his family and himself and the people that are around him. So I'm very proud of him. He's also running Skylight Studios. He helps out other photographers. They get to shoot there. I've been able to shoot there. So without further ado, my good friend, my amazing friend, Corey Reese. What's up?
Oh man, I appreciate you. Listen, I told you I gotta pack you up and let you do the intro. She, she's like, if you ever want an intro, just hire Dr. Omar. She's gonna make sure you feel good, have that good pre-frame coming in. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem, King. So talk to us. What's going on with and first of all, wait, shout out to, everybody here and everybody that's not here. I want to give a shout out to everybody for showing up and listen to this replay. We are on YouTube, and we're going to be able to send that link out, but I just want everybody to know that these are our opportunities. So whatever this man is about to say, as inclusive as he can be, he's about the community and about other people who really want to get it. Corey has set a very great platform up in different areas for us to all get it. So welcome. But go ahead, Corey. What's going on? Talk to us. What's up? What's new?
Yep, absolutely. So everything has been going since I guess we last spoke. I've been definitely hitting the ground. I was at ATDC, which is kind of an incubator for Georgia startups, that type of thing. Just kind of getting involved in the ecosystem, able to really kind of continue to share the mission, as well as come across and start to build team members that's going to actually help push the mission. One of which I think I mentioned to you. I mentioned to you privately, but Sophie Gibson, she's an award-winning marketing strategist. She's built companies from 200 million to 2 billion through her marketing initiatives. We also have Dr. Morris, which she's like the first woman to pioneer, and just in general, like the first meta university in the US with Morehouse College. So she's kind of coming on board, just kind of director of XR learning, and just really putting the right pieces in place to be able to really go out here and make some cool things happen. On top of obviously users, beta users, testing out the opportunity. We've talked to SCAD, which is they have three campuses in Savannah, Atlanta, and I have another one up north, as well as Georgia State. Those are separate situations where we'll have an opportunity to kind of help really build a platform and really be able to put that licensing together where they'll be able to, because I've had so many people that reach out to me over the course of my career about kind of learning photography and trying to be an intern, and this really shortens the gap and give them that access to really be an intern for multiple different photographers at the same time. So it's really shortening the gap between how long it would take them to learn intern with one person at a time, with now shortening that gap with allowing them to really experience different photographers, different sets, at their fingertips, if you will, from a hands-on situation, because it's no longer passive, and that's really our biggest play, just stepping people into the lesson. I don't think education has evolved, like online learning hasn't changed since like the late 1999 to 2000s, where you still go on, you're clicking, but now it's time to really step into that thing and actually participate and feel like you're in the room from anywhere. And that's kind of what we're doing.
Awesome. So, in your project that you're doing and working on right now, tell me what you don't need anymore because it's been fulfilled and you're proud of that accomplishment, and what you do need and where there's room that you're ready to expand.
Absolutely. So yeah, we're still fundraising. We're still raising, giving people opportunity. I'm probably looking to let that close out by, because I don't want to kind of keep that going forever, like within the next 30 days or so. So anybody that still wants to participate in that regard, to own a piece of the tech, we do have some conversations that's happening with investors that's going to write a check. So that's still ongoing. In terms of the team, I think that's starting to really shape up well. But if it's anybody that has proficiency in machine learning, AI, because we will be able to integrate some AI training or AI assistance, if you will, so that people can have that real-time feedback while they're actually in the training. So definitely just anybody that has a tech background or in that regard, that have set up learning paths from an educational standpoint, that type of thing is definitely still open. I'm open to kind of learn about people in that regard.
Hmm. Okay. Um, Perfect. So, what is it that you want us to know? Tell us. I want to know what you want us to know. I want
I
the
mean, I think everybody knows. Well, I think everybody kind of understands from the last time. But if you hadn't,
people.
I maybe should have started there. Should have probably started there. But what immersive exposure is that we're taking real experts. We're starting with photography. We film those experts in 3D, 4D, So, in their real environment. So now people are able to kind of learn from those professionals. So really like a master class, but instead of just watching, you're able to participate. So we're pushing this out to photographers to start because that's my North Star. I've built my business over the last 19 years in that space. So that's my North Star, if you will. So once we kind of get that locked in, we did, and actually I didn't talk to you about this either, but we've done just some use cases with martial arts as well as cooking. So those are two other verticals that we're going to roll out within a platform. But once again, we want to be able to kind of solidify and really knock down that one vertical first before we kind of expand, if you will, kind of really start niche and be able to kind of expand from there.
Mhm,
But yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing. If you want, obviously being a part of like the next iteration of learning and online, if you will.
mhm. Well, I was thinking about it too. It's like, you know, when people are raising, we had just on our Wealth Hackathon podcast, we were interviewing the former VP of 20th Century Fox, an engineer extraordinaire who did visual effects for DreamWorks and name them, and he did it right. So he did all these major franchises, Wolverine franchise and Die Hard franchise and Star Trek franchise and all the things, right? So he worked on all these films and he is a tech founder as well. And so he left and was questioned. Like, you left the VP of 20th Century Fox to go start your own tech company. How's that going? He's like, well, $3 million later, it failed. you know. then he started another one, raised $3 million for that one, and then he went on to start the new one that he has, the Suka company. But I said all that to state that, he's in his happy place. Suka means happy, by the way, in Sanskrit. But he kept moving and kept going. And so on the fundraising part, he raised well over $21 million, by the way. So what real money would it take to raise? 3 million is a lot. 3 million is a lot, right? That's a lot. But it's like, what is the real raise for tech if people are interested in like the truth about how these tech startups get to do, like, say Microsoft's like, we'll give you 500 billion to do what we say, or all these other companies, or maybe what do you call them, hedge funds or venture capital firms will get with the tech founder, the gentleman, shoot, I forgot that guy's name that came and helped them people with Uber. But baby, that guy, whoever that man, I remember that man. I watched that series called Super Pumped, where they were starting up Uber. And it took 10 years, by the way. But this guy, I think his name was Bill. He came in and was like bankrolling them to do what they did. And he wanted to bankroll them. So my question is just showing, number one, hey, it takes a lot to raise these tech startups and stuff. In your situation for immersive exposure, do you feel like, okay, is the fundraising a piece that's like really going to make or break you? Do you feel like you're going to allow venture capital firms in? Do you like it with the crowdfunding with the people? Talk to me about the money part in the success of immersive exposure.
Absolutely. So that's a good question because the crazy part about it is what I'm realizing, especially as a first-time founder, and ultimately bootstrapping the thing, because I've obviously got it to where it is now in terms of building the infrastructure, contracting all the photographers, building all of that. It really takes, you should plan longer than what you think. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then and a lot of it is really about building relationships too, because people, at the end of the day, for somebody to actually cut you a check, unless you have your personal network, and the funny part about it is most personal networks don't have people that's going to actually cut a check. But I'm fortunate enough to have people cut some nice size checks in my personal network. But at the same time, I'm realizing it's more about continue to progress with showing the progress of showing what I'm doing, creating the story, so people kind of see it as more of a movement, not a fad. And I think that's really what it comes down to. It's like, okay, you pop up saying you got this little thing. How long? How many weeks are you still gonna be talking about this, or is it gonna just die down? Is this like a little fad, or is it something that you're really doing that's gonna make a difference? So I think as you start to progress, or as you start to do different things, you're popping up, you're showing up, you're making those accomplishments. I think people automatically start to like get on board. You start people reaching out. You getting your people that's trying to connect with you. They're trying to work together because they know that this is not something that's just uh, go here today, going tomorrow type situation. So for anybody that's looking to do any kind of fundraising, I definitely think it lends itself to be patient, if you will, build those relationships. And ultimately, the best part of what I'm doing is I can handle a lot of the production side of it. But ultimately, we're talking about like getting the best of the best. Like we're looking to raise $2 million to number one fund the platform with the creators. A big portion that's going to go towards the production of that, as well as being able to scale the users. We have a direct path to be able to kind of market to the exact type of people that we wanting to be able to use the platform. Of course, the team operations, integrating like that AI feature, building like that desktop companion apps, that type of thing.
Sit down. I'll
Yeah.
calm down. Sit down.
We will sit down, Devin.
Oh, oh.
No, we love you. We love you,
Sorry,
BJ.
no. Hi. Sorry.
That's
Kids.
funny.
Anyway. Hello. Goodbye.
Hi,
That's
Devin.
hilarious.
Go ahead, King. Sorry about
Oh,
that.
oh no, that was it. That was pretty much it.
Well, okay, so I heard $2 million. So you know me, I want to know about the money part, not to focus on it, but to pull it out into perspective and say, hey, listen, us cutting $1,000 check, or I remember one time Corey and I'm asking him I'm asking him to support me, and I'm supporting him, and I had to outdo him. You know what I'm saying? So he sent me 1,000. I him 1,000, and then I'm like, nah, I had to make it 1,500 because he's not finna, like it was so funny. But that's how supportive we were of each other, that it was like counting out. Those numbers are cute, but that's not what we're talking about. Now, Corey, to speak to that though, we do have the Macedonia Fund that we have with GBFIC, and Prophetess Blackstock brought 55 people in, or we have 55 or 60 people in. So $55,000 is a different story. So me saying, hey y'all, I'm raising money for emotive, excuse me, let me be very careful. Not I. Okay, first of all, we have an opportunity. Let me be clear about the language. We have an opportunity with immersive exposure, and I want to take lead, right? And be a fund manager for this opportunity. And me putting in $1,000 or 1,500 in this case is one thing, right? Me talking it on a call with other people and maybe us gathering maybe 6,000, 12,000, or whatever the case may be. Not to say that's little, by the way. Corey appreciates every dollar. Don't get it twisted. It's just that when you're doing a $2 million first round, hey, Dylan's a worldwide podcaster, okay? Like podcaster extraordinaire. Like put a podcast up and it goes viral. Sorry. Hi, Dylan. Love you. So
Hello.
so we my point in saying that is that whenever I'm able to galvanize and organize to say, hey, listen, 55 of us put in $1,500 or $1,000 in this case, and we send the $55,000 for the immersive exposure, that's where we want to be. Am I tripping, Corey? You feel where I'm going with this?
No, I hear. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
But we do not knock the fact that a loved one is like, I love this man, I'm going to support this person because he supported me. We're not knocking the $1,500. But when you're doing a $2 million first round, to me, Corey, it sounds like there's probably maybe like a 5 million round, or help me because I'm throwing numbers out there, but you know better than I know. What is the real whole number that we're looking to as far as to collect the money, so I can say my point? Well, how much money should we be raising? First round, second round, third round, whatever rounds. How much money should we be raising for this?
Right. This first the really, to be honest with you, the first goal is the 2 million. But what I'm doing also is really putting together with the team to start generating revenue. Because obviously with us being in beta, so we're kind of doing everything we need to do to be able to get out of the beta so that we can kind of start generating the income. Because the what I will tell anybody is that revenue is better than anybody's money, especially in terms of like obviously giving people opportunity to invest in your project is one thing, but in terms of like VC funds and that type of thing, with giving away equity and having to kind of now come underneath somebody else that's going to be having a whole different, once that money transfers, a whole different set of responsibilities and somebody else that's kind of managing you, if you will. So I would tell anybody the best funding is revenue. So that's kind of what we're working towards right now. So even if we don't hit that 2 million. We're doing things to be able to kind of still move the project forward, so that we can kind of get the message out there. But we're confident that it's gonna happen because it's already been moving in a very good direction. I'll be in LA next week for this conference as well as some meetings with a big XR conference. So looking forward to that.
Now, when you say I'm going to be in this conference with these next meetings, are those to help you raise finances or raise the revenue, or what's the purpose of you going?
Yep. So it's a mix of two. It's relationship building, with meeting with different people within the industry,
Mhm.
that do different things. That's already built companies within the space, basically. So really, literally a form of subject matter expertise that I'll be kind of networking with. The publicist, she's still kind of setting up some meetings.
Mhm.
Uh, but yep. So that's really the purpose for that trip.
Oh, good. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So the 55 million, I mean 55 million, look at me prophesying, but the $55,000 can help get us to the 2 million faster, right? So with that being stated, people coming in, when you are a founder, maybe it's not a tech startup or you are a tech startup, and since in this case we have a tech startup founder on the call, we're going to use tech as an example. When you're raising your $2 million, he set up WeFunder, he set up the opportunity to speak to his personal network, he set up an opportunity. So even with me knowing him, and I can just cash app him or Zelle him or wire him or fly it into Atlanta. Either way it goes, he still set up the system, WeFunder, to go through that process, so it would make it easier for everybody, and we could all be in tune and in touch and blah blah blah. So we're raising money. So that's the part. So 2 million, y'all heard the number, right? So $2 million we got to raise to support this cause. Now, give me the revenue. Give me the revenue numbers that you've been seeing, speaking, talking, planning, plotting, stuff that's public, not obviously your private information, but what is the revenue goal or what is the revenue range that we're looking to do year 1, 2, 3? When does it get in profit? Because some companies will take 3 to 4 years to be in profit. As an
Ab-
investor, question as an investor, just go ahead.
yeah, absolutely. So just to kind of, and I'll get back to that. Just so
Mhm.
people kind of understand how it works when you invest into like a platform like WeFunder. So WeFunder, how somebody makes money from an early stage startup is three different ways. Number one, once that company is acquired, then of course those are paid out based off of how much you actually bought into the equity, and that share would be different based off of the valuation of the company. If we raise the next way, if we raised money at a different evaluation. So right now this round was at 12 million. So let's just say a year from now we raise money at $50 million or $100 million valuation. So now everybody that invested at $12 million, now that's how you make money from there. And then IPO basically is a third way. So along the way of profitability in terms of like the income that the startup makes, that's not something that's divvied out to the actual early investors because it's based on the structure that's set up within how they have the legality set up through WeFunder. Does that make sense?
Perfect. So, in summary, WeFunder positions you to be able to raise money intelligently, right? So it shows you the structure. And when you have $2 million round for a company that is currently, so immersive exposure is currently valued at 12 million. Am I hearing that correct?
Right.
Okay, so your company is valued at 12 million. That's the value today. And if somebody bought you out for 500 billion or 500 million or whatever, well, I'm sorry, $1 billion and more, right? If somebody bought you out for a billion or more and it's already valued at 12 million, and someone's like, you know what, we like it, we're gonna take it, we want it for ourselves, or whatever the case may be. And Corey's like, yeah, cut me a check for 1B plus. They cut him a check. Those investors that came in for that $2 million round for the $12 million valuation, they're going to get their money back based off of whatever they agreed to or whatever was signed for when they were raising the 2 million. The company was valued at 12 million when they got started, but now someone bought them out in a billion. Then that's how you make money in that first, aka acquired. Secondly, the higher raise means that right now, immersive exposure, talking on June 6th, 2025, okay, right now the company is valued at 12 million today, but being on more users and people and employees and revenues and all the things that happen to build your numbers up. Tomorrow, the next week, next year, around this time, this company could be valued at 500 million. And now that the value has increased as an investor, now that second way that you make money is because the value went from 12 million to 500 million. And last but not least, the third is we hit that stock market. Now everybody can get involved. And when that happens and it's IPO and they've rung a bell, or IPO and they didn't ring a bell, or pre IPO, whatever the case may be, there's a value in the capital marketplace or the United States marketplace. And now we're on the index. And that creates another way for investors to get paid because they got involved early stage. So early stage has those three ways to make money. Is that correct?
Yep, absolutely.
Cool. So WeFunder sets all that up, and that's how that works out. So anyway, I'm happy you answered that. Now get me to the point where that's the WeFunder setup. Glad you use that platform. Understand it with or without WeFunder. That's typically the way investors make money. Talk to me about where I was asking about what happens, when do we get in profit in the company? Revenue's cool, but profit's better. Yes or yes?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So talk about profitability, please.
Oh yeah, so right now we have a couple different ways, actually four different revenue streams that we're going after. Not the first one being, of course, the B2C, which is the actual customers that's going to be using the platform. And we're setting that because right now it's about 20 million plus VR users, and we're looking to capture, maybe 2 to 3% of that market, which at our price point, you're looking at like right now, like for what we're putting together for the lifetime membership, we're not gonna play around with the subscription model at a low cost. We going right at $1,900. So to be able to kind of capture 40,000 people at that $1,900 mark will really put us in a good position in terms of financially. So in terms of financial, I pay for everything out of pocket right now, so I don't have like a lot of overhead
Awesome.
in terms of cost that we have to climb back from, if you will. So
Mm-hmm.
as obviously as we start to kind of roll the product out and let people start to actually buy the actual application, we can be profitable fairly quickly.
Awesome.
And I've seen like from my marketing efforts so far, I've obviously been able to get users signing up for like $2 for acquisition in terms of people seeing a message. By the time we've spent $2, somebody has downloaded the actual application.
And let me be very clear. Corey is modest, and we're talking about immersive exposure. So his founder technology, founder mind hat is on. Corey has helped clients. He doesn't do this anymore, right? He's a consultant and an advisor and such, but he doesn't do the work anymore. But Corey has taken people into the millions using social media and marketing avenues on Google and other things like that, SEO marketing, and taking people's company to the multi millions, right, from his marketing efforts. So when he says that, don't take it lightly as an investor or even a cheerer. Someone, a supporter, somebody who's proud of this man or wants to, like, I know that company. When y'all see it, y'all gonna be, I talked to that man, whatever that is. Corey has done that for other people's businesses. So how much more do you think he's going to be able to do it for his brainchild and his other brainchilds he's not talking about right now? So I just want to say that he won't say that. I'm going to say it. Corey has made millionaires, helped to make millionaires. And they had to have the product. They had to have the service. They had to have something. But he took it to the next level. So to hear him say, when he says marketing to an oh my, I'm excited that he's the one doing it because I know what he did for other businesses. You want to touch on that just a little bit, even though that's not what you do? I just want people to understand what that means when you say the marketing I've done has converted users and sales.
Absolutely. And to your point, it's funny. So
Yep.
yeah, so
Yep.
you say what? You say
Yep.
what?
You know me, so go ahead.
Yep. So I basically just along the way of trying to figure out entrepreneur for myself, as I start to kind of build my company and really become like one of the go-to photographers in Atlanta, the people that I was working with from a photo and video perspective, they start reaching out and asking me about marketing because they saw what I was doing for myself. So when I started putting ads together, I'm talking about from shooting the campaigns, the photos, the videos, being able to go into the website, correct websites, get that stuff set up, put together the marketing messages, and distribute all of that through your Facebooks and your Instagrams, your YouTube, Google search. I've literally scaled businesses from zero to $1 million in 6 months through
Paul,
effort.
put a
You said what
six in
now?
the chat. Put a 6 months in the chat, rather. Don't put six in the put 6 months in the chat. 6 months in the chat. Put a 6 months in the chat. Who would want to be a millionaire or have their company, rather, let's be clear, have their business operating at $1 million within 6 months? Go ahead, Corey. Keep going. Keep going.
Yep. So basically, that's kind of what I've done. So all of my experience in terms of building brands and putting that out there, I'm actually putting that together for immersive exposure. And then I went and got somebody that's better than me because I'm sitting up here thinking that 1 million in 6 months was cool. She's raised uh,
71.
70+ million in 3 days for HBCU. So I'm like, wait a minute. And then like one of the companies that I helped her in terms of like we flew to New York and was doing some photos and video content for this company. She grew that company from zero to 2 billion in 3 years.
Speak the word.
So she's standing by on board. She's ready to go. But what we're looking to do once we kind of get to a place, because obviously she comes with the cost. So
She comes with a
uh,
that we are all going to help Corey to get that too. Now, if you start praying and that's your level of helping this brother, he is a man of God. He could use them prayers because this woman, what he's saying is, here's what I've done. This is what I know I've done, which is really major. But this lady plays in the beyond the majors, right? This person, woman or man, she happens to be a woman. This woman has done the things that Corey's doing on steroids. We have to have her on the team. And I know we can't talk about what that takes live, but Corey, you and I will be talking a little bit later because that is phenomenal. And I actually ran into a huge blessing for a lot of people that I'm keeping in my pocket as well. Because, but him and her together, that's how that's going to go in reference to making sure she gets paid whatever she's asking for, whatever is reputable in the industry. That's the kind of people you want on your team. And so that Corey can see that because Corey did the work to understand that. And he knows that what she has is valuable. The Bible tells us when you find that level of pearl, you sell all you have. That's scripture. Okay. She's a scripture, a walking scripture in that realm for what she does. So I can't wait to hear. Oh, see her on the website, rather. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Thank you. Hallelujah. Anyway, go ahead. I cut you off. I'm sorry. I love you.
no, that's it. Yeah, I think I mean that's kind of everything in
Mhm.
a nutshell, I feel.
Well, I wanna use a unique opportunity. Dylan is someone, I mean, he's new to this wealth pop-up platform. He'll actually be one of our wealth pop-up guests as well. And Dylan may have questions as well. He's in your realm, and I really really would love for you and your CMO and whoever else like to also join his platforms as well. Corey doesn't talk about it, but remember when you did like a girl for Nike? Well, anyway, Corey can talk about sports. He's an athlete. He's a extraordinary, football player, athlete dude too. Don't get it twisted, Corey. Number 13, number 13.
She's so
But
funny.
my point in saying that is Dylan has a great platforms. But Dylan, I don't know if you have any strategic questions about fundraising. Dylan is always also in that realm of raising money and capital and getting sponsors and walking up to an event and doing that kind of stuff. But Dylan, I didn't know if you had any questions, and anybody, by the way, have any questions, but just so you can kind of get to know immersive exposure is basically a software, virtual reality software that allows you to be immersed in the environment. Corey's in Spain and wants to teach a class here. He's in the room standing with me right here, right now, when I put on those glasses or whatnot, and so on and so forth. So just a little bit about that. But just as a person, from what you heard so far, Dylan, I don't know if you have any questions you want to ask. And anybody, please come off mute. I'm just hogging the mic because I love this man, but I'm gonna put my microphone on mute and I'm gonna be in the chat. But if anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, these don't have to be long and draining. I just want people to understand what he has going on. This is a real follow-up call from the first meeting. So we don't want to, take up too much of his time. But are there any questions, comments, concerns about fundraising, his platform, what he's doing, how he markets, 0 to 1 million in 6 months, and then meeting a lady who can do it in 3 days at 71 million? Whatever questions you have, I don't want to hog the mic, so I'm going to go on mute.
Well, I'll ask a quick question real quick for you, Corey. It's nice to meet you, man. Omai is a good friend of mine, and it's from what I heard, I kind of came in a little late. It sounds incredible. I love learning, and one thing about me is I interview a bunch of people, so I love learning. Is this something where like it's good for the public as a whole to know? Like if you came on different podcasts and shows, are you doing PR for this when it comes to funding, or is right now it just kind of like we're just kind of working behind the scenes, gathering funding before we go out to the public?
Gotcha. And nice to meet you too, Dylan. So I literally just met with the young lady that does, she's a publicist in the XR space specifically. So she just sent me over a contract that I have to look over, but she had some stuff itemized in terms of going out to press, like in the space, doing like a whole really a sprint over the next 60 days, if you will. So some of that is actually getting ready to happen once we kind of agree on what that looks like. But she just sent me like a mapped out kind of that's exactly what you're talking about. Just kind of going out to the public, putting getting it on the awareness for people to kind of know that it exists because obviously it's new. You know what I'm saying? As people are, it's like a new learning curve, if you will, because the people have been kind of used to how things have always been done, just from an online standpoint. But really being able to kind of step into the world is kind of a new concept that we kind of pushing out.
Perfect, man. Well, any way I can help you, I will. Appreciate you guys letting me tune into this. We'll definitely stay in touch, but good luck, man. I
I
seriously mean
pre
it. This is awesome.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. Dylan's so cool. Y'all gonna love Dylan. Anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns? I know some of us did get to invest, and those who want to invest, I'll put. Well, no, Corey, tell me the right link because I might put the wrong thing in the chat, and you'd be like, "Doctor, oh, for real?" Where is it? Just the WeFunder link that I had before? What is the? How do we support you, Corey? What do you want us to do? Or we can go to the website too. Let me see, because I know I have a link. But does anybody have any questions, comments, or like I know it's a different information or whatever that I'm talking about because I know him, but anybody have any Audrey, did you have something you wanted to ask?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're fine. Okay. Anybody else? Dr. Joppy. Thank you, Corey. Dr. Joppy, LaRonda.
Hey. I missed the first time Corey was on. This is my first time being exposed. I'm loving what I'm hearing. So I see you did put the funder information in the chat. So that's what I was going to ask for. The other, I think I need a Corey in my life, y'all. I need a Corey in my life for my business. So I definitely want to learn more, about the marketing because I'm graded. And oh, I've been traveling. I just got back this week from Southeast Asia. I've been gone for like a month. So I'm working on some things and I'm listening to all the wonderful accomplishments and things that Corey's doing and can help people take their businesses to the next level. I've been an entrepreneur for years. Sometimes you need to switch, working with people, certain people, and it's time. I'm in a season of change, and I just think it's timely that I'm on here tonight. I'm listening, and I'm thinking I'm getting the answers that God is giving me here tonight. So I'll just leave it at that. And I love the fact that you're a man of God. So that's even more in alignment with a purpose for me. So I'll definitely be following up to see how I can utilize your services.
Absolutely. And nice to meet you, by the way. What do you do?
I'm a serial entrepreneur. So I
Okay.
have products. I have an international hair, beauty, fashion trade show that we take around the world. I'm an international speaker, author. I work in compliance and ethics arena. I do auditing. I do a lot. I have multi purposes and multi businesses. So I do a lot.
Love it.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Joppy.
You're welcome.
My big sister, Corey. Um, so thank you. So yeah, so in the fundraising realm too, I don't know if Devin was still on here or not. Um, she may have left out, but she was making them babies sit down, honey. Damn crazy. But I'll speak even though she's not here. And we should be able to speak about people when they're not in the room. So I'm gonna speak as if she would. But Devin's also a massive fundraiser. She works with hedge fund parents and step parents or as well. So their kind of money is like their thing. And she's coming into setting up her own funds, and she's got mentors and people helping her set up these funds and money like that. So I know that Devin would love, and she's a branding extraordinaire, marketing extraordinaire, brand specialist, all the things. So people would call her a fractional CMO, right, to do the marketing and things of that nature. And she's just well versed in all that. So I'll speak up for her, Corey. Basically, I know she would be very supportive, and not only what I said is getting groups of people to put bigger numbers on the table, more money on the table, introducing this to people that are interested in the opportunity. I love what you said. We don't after $2 million or even before that, revenue would be way better than trying to take on people's money and try to pay them back and give them pieces of the pie and all that weird stuff. You want to get to a place where you're making your own money, but on the way there, couple investments don't help. So that's pretty much what she would probably say and explain. So just FYI, I'm speaking on Devin's behalf that I know she would love to come in here and do that, help out in any kind of way she can in that. And then I'll definitely connect you to offline, Corey. But that's that part. Corey, is there anything else we need to know about immersive exposure? I know you don't necessarily need anything, but if people were going to join forces with you, any special partnerships? Like, what if Bill Gates was like, hey, Corey, saw you. What's up? You want to have lunch? Like, I mean, what if some techie person was like, yo, like, what's up? Would you have lunch with them today? Or are you going to wait till we get this thing to like 500 million? Would you?
No, no, I think for me, I've always been a collaborative spirit, if you will.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm definitely open to see how I could be, or whoever we could be mutually benefited.
Mhm.
Because I'm always about giving, you know what I'm saying, not just take. So definitely would, open to that type of thing.
Okay, good. So if anybody has relationships, I'm asking that question strategically because if we have relationships that we find that will help a new podcaster, send it to Dylan. You have a thing that will help a global serial entrepreneur, send it to Dr. Joppy. If you have someone who deals in medical supplies, send it to Audra. If you have someone that understands VR or find some VR specialist, AI technology above my head stuff, go all that over to Corey, right? So like we have connections in our pockets right now. Everybody knows somebody to do somebody. We don't just do the wealth pop up just to be talking duck. Like I want to produce. I want to see some harvest and be fruitful and multiply is one of the commandments. The first commandment I say that God gave man, and that's our role, right? When we get the information, no force. Corey ain't asking for it. This is me. But if you have relationships, especially in the tech space, VR space that would be beneficial, I know that Corey would be willing to, take a call or two. And where he couldn't, I step up and be able to take those calls or two on his behalf and let him know, hey, Corey, I really think you should pay attention here. And he'll know what he wants and what he doesn't want at this time. As he's building out his team, these are the perfect opportunities. Because, baby, if the little rude Uber dude, as rude as he was, ever wanted me to be involved, I would have early gotten involved in that there, okay, in Uber. So it's like I want to get involved in something before it blows up. And so this is that opportunity for me on my. That's how I see it. And so I'm saying that about me, and that may spark something in you. But Corey, we won't drain you too much, King. We know you out here working. Anything special you need us to know before we log off?
I'm muted. I was over here just talking. No, yep, all is well. I appreciate everybody hopping on. If you have anything, feel free to shoot me a message and I'll hop on really quickly. Let
Mm-hmm.
y'all see I'm a real person out here in these streets.
So why I couldn't get this the whole time? I want to smile
Listen, just a little quick
a little
action. Say
taste.
hello.
Hey,
It's not like a avatar, a AI avatar on the other end.
dang, you look good. Where you going, homie?
Listen,
Nope.
I'm
calling you
going to the moon, is what that episode Martin say.
Nope, I'm calling you after calling Dylan. I want to know where you go. I'm gonna be in your business. You know I'm gonna be on your phone. But I love you. I thank you. I appreciate you. I'm proud of you. I think this is great. I'm happy to hear the follow-up. I'm happy to hear that you're continuing on and everything we can do to support in any kind of way. And to Dylan's point, yes, he will do PR. He will do what he needs to do. The good thing is that he has a team that will help get him there as well. But this is the time to kind of push it. It's not about asking for money, moreover than, like he said, raising revenue. So it's time for us to like put it out there in a way that, hey, he said we can get customers, clients, users, partners. This is the perfect time. Everybody's going to need PR at some point. So I appreciate you, Dylan, for even saying that, because I know Dylan has a heart for that, like a passion. Like he's got a passion to put people out there. And he's interviewed like Dana. What's her name? Danica. Danica. Oh Lord, don't tell her I said Dana. Her name is Danica, baby. He's interviewed some powerful people. So, you're one of those people in my eyes as well. So anyway, we can log off, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning into the Will Pop-Up. The link will go out very soon. And hopefully I can make those backdoor connections pretty privately. Dylan, I'll get with you offline on how we can do that. But Corey, thank you.
Absolutely. Appreciate y'all.
Bye.
Take it easy.
Thank y'all.
Alrighty, bye.